In today's video, we're taking you to Northern Ireland to explore Belfast. Located just 2 hours north of Dublin, Belfast is just a hop, skip and a jump from Ireland's more famous city, but it feels worlds away. Belfast is the capital city of Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. Located along that famous causeway coastal route stretching from Belfast to Derry, this is the perfect city to spend 2 or 3 days during your Irish road trip.
Are you ready to find out all the great things to do in Belfast? Let's get started. We are heading into the Titanic Museum here in Belfast. It is the #1 attraction in the city.
Let's go!
The Titanic Belfast is an incredible interactive museum dedicated to the ill-fated Titanic voyage. The RMC Titanic was built right here in the shipyards of Belfast, and the museum takes you through the journey of building the Titanic all the way to the rescue of survivors off the coast of Canada.
This is without a doubt the #1 attraction in Belfast, and we definitely recommend giving a full morning to exploring the museum as well as its grounds. Try to arrive at opening to avoid the crowds. Now this is busy.
As you walk through the museum, you'll hear first-hand accounts and stories from survivors.
There are different galleries with replicas of rooms on the Titanic and relics salvaged from the sea. But one of our favorite experiences was the Disney-like ride in the middle of our self-guided tour, where we hopped into a pod and took a journey into the bowels of the Titanic.
The Discovery Theater lets you sit back and watch the discovery of the Titanic to see its remains on the ocean floor. Afterwards, you can walk on the glass floor to see a replica of what it looks like today. So when you visit the Titanic Museum, your ticket includes a pass into the SS Nomadic. This was the Titanic's little sister and the only remaining White Star ship in the world today. It was used to tender the passengers to the Titanic, and it was waiting for the Titanic when she went down. Luckily, this one didn't have the same fate.
It's actually worth visiting the SS Nomadic to see firsthand what it was like to step aboard the Titanic. This ship was built with the same finishings as the Titanic and was often referred to as the mini Titanic, as it was built alongside the ship and is exactly 1/3 its size. Its most famous voyage was actually taking first and second class passengers from France to meet the Titanic in deeper waters. It served for another 50 years after the Titanic went down, and many famous passengers walked its halls, including Charlie Chaplin, Elizabeth Taylor, and Richard Burton.
So after taking in the Titanic Museum, come on over to the Titanic Hotel for lunch or a drink.
Even if you're not staying in the Titanic Hotel, we recommend going inside for a drink or to grab some lunch. This historic hotel is located directly across the street from Titanic Belfast. It's half hotel, half museum. Located in the former headquarters of Harland and Wolff, who were the builders of the Titanic, this is a walk through time. There are historic photographs, vintage posters, and memorabilia from the heydays of the White Star Lines. Tours can be booked to see the Art Deco themed rooms and key heritage rooms.
Walk the Glass of Thrones. When you visit the Titanic Museum, make sure you come back to the waterfront to Titanic Studios and start the Glass of Thrones walking tour. It starts here with the Iron Throne behind me, and it's pretty cool because Game of Thrones was shot right over there.
The waterfront from downtown to the Titanic district is amazing. There are several attractions along the route, with the most popular being Glass of Thrones, which pays tribute to different houses or key moments from the hit series. As you walk the Maritime Mile from the HMS Caroline past Titanic Studios to downtown, you'll see 6 different stained glass displays. If you're a Game of Thrones fan like we are, we highly recommend booking a tour 30 minutes outside of Belfast at Linen Mills Studios. We rented a car to get around, but day tours can be booked easily from Belfast.
We are so excited because we are here at Linen Mills Studios. And what are we about to do?
We're gonna do the Game of Thrones studio tour. This was where the original series was filmed, and we had the chance to walk through the actual sets from the 7 Kingdoms. What an experience!
The tour begins after an introduction to the experience on the big screen. Once it finishes, the walls open up, transporting you to winter in Westeros. We start beyond the wall, surrounded by White Walkers, giants, and wildlings. This is so exciting. I have the Night King behind me. At the studio tour here, these are the actual sets, actual costumes, and this is where Game of Thrones was filmed. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, you have to come here. I want to watch it again now.
As you walk through the actual sets used on the Game of Thrones, you'll recognize recreations of iconic scenes.
I've been added to the Hall of Faces. Let's go.
The Black Cab tours of Belfast are one of the most fascinating tours you can take of the city. There are political tours and historical tours, and we've done both. Your driver will pick you up at your hotel and take you to the different quarters of Belfast.
The first tour we did a few years ago focused mainly on the Troubles, taking us through the neighborhoods of Falls Road and Shankill Road. This is where we learned about the conflicts between the Catholics and the Protestants. We were taken through the 2 areas to see the buildings and murals that depicted the stories of this turbulent time.
We then drove along the road, dividing the 2 areas with the peace wall. The walls were built between the 2 neighborhoods to keep the peace. Today, there is a tenuous calm between the 2 communities, but the division is still felt, and the gates are still locked at night.
We're on a taxi tour here in Ireland, and you totally have to do this. It's a great way to see the neighborhoods, and there's a bunch of different tours. You can do the political tour or the neighborhoods tour. Now, we have stopped, of course, at the wall that divides the Catholic and the Protestant area, which is Shankill Road and Falls Road. And hey, it's love and peace and joy right now, and let's keep it that way. I'm at the wall that separates the Shankill and the Falls Road, and you can actually leave a message on here. So I'm going to leave a little message right on the wall.
Of course, what you've done is totally illegal.
Is it?
You're
Uh-oh!
vandalising British government property.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. Don't worry, this is a section you can write on, and most tours will stop here to let you write a message of peace.
Last summer, we took a more historical tour of Belfast, going through different quarters to learn more of the city today.
Feels very different from the last time we were here. They're definitely putting a more positive message around things, and they want to focus on all of the positive changes that are happening in the area as well. A great compliment to your black taxi tour is to stop at the Crumlin jail.
The Crumlin Road Jail was in operation from 1846 to 1996. It housed both men, women, and even children, as well as many political prisoners. The Crumlin Road Jail is located directly across from the Crumlin Road Courthouse. When a person was condemned, they were taken down to an underground tunnel connected directly to the jail. We were told by our guide that this is where the phrase "take him down" came from.
When you come to Belfast, make sure you come to the Belfast Castle and Park. There's beautiful gardens, there's walking trail, there's a cafe and a bar, and you can go inside and check out some of the rooms. It's gorgeous.
Belfast Castle is one of the city's most famous landmarks. Located on Cave Hill, you can enjoy the panoramic views of Belfast, go for a hike on its walking trails, grab some lunch, and even hike up to the caves at Cave Hill. The beauty is it's free to enter and it's an excellent place to spend a morning or afternoon.
For another view of Belfast, make your way into Victoria Square. Victoria Square is a shopping centre in the heart of the city, but it also has a great viewing platform. When you come into Victoria Square, make sure you go up to the viewing platform. You can walk up, or if you're lazy or on a time budget, you can take the elevators right up for an overview of the entire city.
One of the most iconic buildings in Belfast is Belfast City Hall, located right downtown. It offers free public tours and there's an exhibition center and a gift shop. Make sure you walk around to see all the statues commemorating the important moments in the country's history. And at night, the grounds are beautifully lit up. We stayed at 10 Square Hotel, which is located right across from City Hall. The hotel was not only chic and modern, it was an excellent location within walking distance of fantastic dining.
Did you know that Belfast has its very own leaning tower? The Albert clock has a lean of 1.25 meters. You don't need to go to Pisa to see a leaning tower. Come on to Belfast.
Beautiful botanical gardens here, perfect for a little peace and quiet in the city.
Located just by Queen's University is the Botanical Gardens, and this is a great green space full of all kinds of different flower beds and arrangements and walking trails and a beautiful greenhouse. Well, one of the most popular places to visit in Belfast is St. Anne's Cathedral. However, there is a private event going on right now, so I can't go inside. I'm a little bit sad about that, but at least I got to see the outside. And these are the best things to do in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Check the links below for tours and more information. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on that bell for notifications because we put out new travel videos each week.